the reason why they're backing out because of the Niko virus, number one. Number two, lack of security they're going to have because Ray Gennaro said cannot afford the security that we have. We cannot afford it. So they're going to have the minimum police. Well, look what happened when Trumpy had a minimum police at his rallies. Minimum. Look what happened. Riots broke out. Did you see what happened when Ted Cruz had over Ted Cruz? Did you know on security level? Security level, Ted Cruz had 80 to 120 officers. Hillary had 250 officers. Bernie Sanders had 100 to 250 officers. Ted Cruz had a minimum of, well, not the minimum, but the more than essential requirement that was filled to keep the voters and also people who are the delegates too who are attending the rallies, keep them safe. So this is why he had 100 to 200 to 130 on different places, but on big cities he had 130 to 180 officers. What he had average. Donald Trump had 60 or 80 or 40, never 120, and never got to 100. Very rarely did. He had maybe 90. He had 90 people of 90 officers when he went to Utah, when he went to Oregon, when he went to Washington State, Pasco, Washington. He had 90 officers, each one. Ted Cruz had 130, had 120 on average. That's what he had. Donald Trump had 60 to 40 officers. This is why he had the chaos that he had. It was not enough security. Inadequate security. He spent his money on his campaign ads, not on security. Ted Cruz spent his money on security, not on someone's campaign ads, but protect the people. This is what he did. He chose to do this. And he did this knowing that what the outcome will be. And this is why it's going to be a challenge at the election. And this is why this has come out. This is why Trump is so frustrated. He doesn't know what to do. He has no idea what's 1 plus 1 right now. He doesn't know. He does not know, folks. This guy's ranting and raving. He can do it. He's got a Trumpy temper tantrum. He needs to calm down. He needs to go back to he needs to go to stress management. I'm telling you, he really does. Trumpy needs to go to stress management before he thinks about becoming a candidate in the next election in 4 years. I doubt it he'll run again. I doubt it. I'd really be surprised if he runs again in 4 years. I'd be really surprised. I think this is the end for him.
You know the article or what happened the other day with that 5-year-old girl that was assaulted by Muslim boys?
Yeah, I saw that.
Are you aware that Chobani yogurt is owned by a Muslim?
Yeah.
In Twin Falls, Idaho, where this took place?
Yep. Yeah, something?
The Turkish owner has ties with Hillary.
Yep. He also has ties with George Soros too, as well. He's got ties with a guy's got ties with George Soros too. You know that, right?
Oh yeah. But this is why they tried to down-tune the incident.
Right.
Because of the Turkish owner.
Right.
Because of the fact that the boys are Muslim.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? They don't belong in our country.
No, they don't.
Go the heck back to your own country and leave the Americans, the Christians, alone. Leave our 5-year-old little girls alone. And take your perverted butts back to where they belong.
Speaking of which, by the way, did you see what Trumpy did? By the way, using little girls as this platform, as political platform. Did you see what we posted up that video? Did you see that?
No, I didn't. I didn't get a chance to look at too much today.
Oh boy, you gotta see that because he used a while back ago. He actually used little girls to actually say "Make America Great Again." And this is from our friends and Channel 10 News in Arizona. Fox News, Channel 10 News in Arizona. They give us that video, and so we put that up, and we in a way we did broadcast it, but we're talking about right now. But we are addressing this issue. But it's amazing, it really is.
People need to get wise in this country.
No, I do. But
go ahead.
All
of us are angry.
All right.
Over what Obama has done to our country.
Well, remember Obama used kids. Remember Obama used kids too in his platform. Look what happened. Remember that? And Donald Trump thinks he can do the same thing to win back votes. It's like he's using the same method as Obama. No different. He's using the same tactic now, trying to get votes. He's using the same thing, trying to get votes for the people. That's what he's trying to do right now. Win votes. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to do is he thinks by copying Obama's tactic for this election will work. And not this time.
Well, look at it this way, Mark. Look how many people Obama fooled.
Yeah, I know.
2007, 2008. And then they turned around and voted him back in 2012.
Right.
What's wrong with these people? And now, people that claim to be Republicans, conservatives, are flocking to follow Trump when he, like you said, he's following the same tactics, same program that Obama did. Where are their brains? Are they total morons?
They're brainwashed by the liberal communist press now, and also this is why we do what we do on this network, using Kia, using these dealerships to actually make sure that they're held accountability, because some of these dealerships that they have are Muslim owned now. Some of them are across this country. Some of them are. It depends what state you go to. If you go to the state of California, the guy doesn't speak English, doesn't have a green card, but yet he actually owns a dealership. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Isn't that something here in America? Isn't that something? To go to California, say in like San Francisco, to a Kia dealership in San Francisco. Doesn't matter which one you go to. If you go to a Kia dealership in San Francisco, he's not going to speak any English. But, however, he doesn't have a green card, and he's still here on a visa, and he owns the dealership or repair shop. Or the repair shop.
Well, look back in the 90s. We were up in arms because they were allowing Indians to come over here and own businesses.
Right.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Clean up all the 7-Elevens.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They're still doing it now, by the way. You got Muslims now who are actually owning 7-Elevens now. You got Muslims now. Instead of being Indian, they're now Muslims.
Exactly. And it went from bad to worse.
Yeah, it went from bad to worse. Yeah, it did.
So, they started out, we should have kept after them when we went up in arms about the Indians coming over here, getting green cards and owning businesses, not having to pay any taxes, not having to become a U.S. citizen. And I was furious about that. Absolutely furious. And I wasn't the only one. There were numerous Americans that were furious about that.
Me too, because I was working at retail too at Target 20 years ago. I was working at Target 20 years ago. This is going on, and it was ridiculous. Yeah, I remember this. Yeah, I was complaining about that too. I said, were questioning about that. I said, I had my supervisor Wendy went. He says, Mark, I don't understand what's going on here. He says, what do you mean what's going on? He said, well, remember we you applied here two or three times, and yeah, I said, we sorry we didn't hire you. We hired Muslims instead. But when it came to Christmas time, guess what? They needed extra help. They hired me, and I got rid of the Indians because they were stealing stuff. They were stealing merchandise. I caught them doing it. I caught them doing it. I caught them doing it.